Plain and simple. Stop losing your turkeys. Stop losing turkeys that you shoot with a bow and arrow. Okay? I can't tell you, I think it's probably the #1 animal that is lost. It's killed but lost. And that is, I know lots and lots of people that are shooting turkeys and they're like, man, they're hard to kill. Not necessarily. They're probably fairly easy to kill if you hit them in the right spot. The problem is finding them. So what I'm about to show you is how you're going to find all your turkeys. Every one of them you shoot, if you hit them where I'm telling you to, you will find every one of them. That's a pretty bold statement, but I'm going to show you why. So when we refer to the shiny spot, what we're talking about is a copper band on a turkey's wing. I'm going to show you what it looks like this first. Can you guys see that? So what we're looking at is, when I talk about the shiny spot, it's this copper area on a strutting turkey. Okay? And what we're looking for is we're going to follow the legs up until they hit the shiny spot. Why? Because we want to shoot the front of the shiny spot. So if the bird's flipped around, I don't want to say the left side of the shiny spot, because if you flip them around, then you want to shoot the right side. But the front of it, the front corner of it, right in here. And we'll show you a diagram that's going to actually pinpoint that even more. The reason that we're doing that, and I'm going to flip this around so I can show you that, is by following the shiny spot up like this. What it does is it assures me that I'm going to, not only am I going to take out both legs of the turkey, but I'm also going to take out both wings. Crazy statement you're about to hear me say. When you shoot a turkey in the legs, they can't fly. I said that correctly. When you shoot a turkey in the legs, they can't fly. Turkeys are big. They're not made to just soar like an eagle. They're made to fly short distances. Therefore, they got to be able to lift their body up off the ground. To lift their body off the ground, they got to be able to get their feet up underneath them. So if you can cut their legs out from underneath them, you're going to find that turkey because they can't go anywhere. To add one more piece of that to make it even more certain, though, if you could break both wings. The nice thing is if you hit them right in the shiny spot, right where you want to, you're going to actually go through the carcass of the turkey, through the innards of the turkey. And this is a very vascular area, so you get lots of blood loss. And a lot of times you'll kill that turkey right away. But you're not shooting them. Look how much the difference is to go up higher to shoot them in the heart and lungs. The reason that people are losing turkeys is they're shooting them in the heart and lungs. And just like a chicken with its head cut off, shoot them in the heart and lungs, and they fly just for a little bit, and you have no idea where they went. So if you guys are looking for a way to figure out how to shoot your turkeys and find every single one of them, start shooting them in the shiny spot. Okay? Forget this vital zone. I know that sounds crazy, and I hate to be the one telling people that we don't want to shoot them in the vitals. You'll kill them by shooting them in the vitals, but you may not find every one of them. If you shoot them where I'm talking about, you're going to find every one of them. Okay? Okay, so if you're going to shoot them in the shiny spot and you're shooting a bow and arrow, what arrow should I be using? What broadhead should I be using? Arrows really don't matter, other than I want the heaviest arrow that I can shoot with my bow my setup. And the reason being is there's one thing that I don't want to do, where on a big game animal, I want my arrow to go all the way through. I want two holes to leave blood trails. On a turkey, that's not what we're looking for. On a turkey, I'm looking to hang that arrow up inside them, because if I can get the arrow to stick through them, then they have less of a chance of being able to fly as well. Okay, because it throws everything off on their equilibrium. So here's what I tell people, and there's different styles of mechanical broadheads, but turkeys, one of the best broadheads that you can shoot is a 3-blade broadhead. What I'd like to have is a three-blade broadhead that has at least 1.5 inches, if not a 2.5-inch cutting diameter. And the reason is, the more surface area that I can actually start to cut on, one, it makes up for maybe an error that I make and don't hit them exactly where I want. Two, there's more surface area to get caught up in the feathers and through the body, and therefore the chance of that arrow staying in there. I'm not real fond of shooting, even though I love broadheads like this, I'm not real fond of a slip cam type broadhead, because it slips back. Now the cutting diameter is a little bigger, a little wider, but it's only 2 blades, and it seems to go even farther. The penetration is better, so I have a better chance of shooting all the way through the bird. If you are shooting low poundage, then stick with don't use a mechanical, stick with a fixed blade broadhead. But if I had one choice, I would be shooting the widest 3-blade broadhead that I could get that rear deploys. And when I say rear deploys, it folds back like that. Okay, so that's what I'm going to tell you, that's what I would be looking for. Now there's one other style of broadhead that I don't have here, and that's like your guillotine, something that's got like a 4-inch cut. Those are designed to shoot turkeys in the head. And that's a whole nother video, but we'll talk about it at some point. Believe it or not, the shiny spot I think is more effective than actually shooting them in the head. And I'll stand behind that in the next video.